Hello guys, welcome back to another Sea of Thieves video. I wanted to make this video because I've seen people ask me in my comments on my videos and even in my chat when I'm streaming about my color settings and general settings that I use in Sea of Thieves. So getting straight to the point, the first thing is if you're on PC, there's some stuff you can do outside of the game. And for me, I have an NVIDIA graphics card, so what you do if you have an NVIDIA graphics card is you right click and then you click on NVIDIA control panel. And once your NVIDIA control panel opens up, you go to adjust desktop color settings. Make sure you have your correct monitor that you play Sea of Thieves on selected. And you scroll down here and it says color channel. You want to make sure you have this on all channels. And then your brightness, just leave that on default on 50%. Contrast, it's on 50% by default, but you should probably move it up by 2%. And then the gamma, you could probably leave on default because I only have it up by 0.01 and I don't even know if that really even makes a difference. And then the one thing that does matter though is you want to make sure you have your digital vibrance on 65%. You want to move it up 15% from the default and it makes your game pop out way more. That's pretty much it for the settings outside of the game. And I will be back in the game to show the rest of the settings. Now actually onto the settings in Sea of Thieves. The first thing you want to do is go to your graphics settings. You want to make sure your field of view is on 90. There's no reason not to have your field of view on 90. Honestly, I wish it went higher, but that's just what it is right now. For my detail settings, I just have everything on rare basically, except for these last four. For lighting detail and all my particle settings I have on cursed. I'm fine with how the game looks with these settings on, and it looks almost exactly identical to the game with mythical settings to me. And then get a performance boost with them, so I just leave them on that. For visibility, I would turn on disable blur, and what this does is it just disables motion blur. Disable screen shake, this is like a must. You should definitely have this on. It makes it so when you're shooting your cannon that your screen doesn't shake, and I think it makes it way easier to hit your cannon shots with this setting on. Then down to the last setting that you should probably not touch because it should already be on this, but if you don't already have your saturation level on 1.0, definitely change it to 1.0. Now onto the video settings. My direct 3D version I have on is 12. I have multi-core rendering on. Full screen resolution, this should just be whatever your monitor's resolution is. Display mode, there's no reason not to have it on full screen. VSync, the only reason you should have this on is if you have screen tearing. Brightness, I have this up by 5 just for when I'm doing like PvP fights at nighttime and it's hard to see my opponents. Then the rest of the settings just leave default. Then onto HUD, there's only two things you need to change in here. Banners for islands, I would change them to slimline because it makes it so you don't have the big cinematic banners when you go by islands. Because when you have those on, they could get in your way of like your health and your ammo when you're in a fight, and they could cause you to die really easily. And then this last setting down here in HUD, I would definitely disable ship milestones because I swear when I was streaming the other day, I had these pop up like at least like 20 times, and they just block a large percentage of your screen. Then onto gameplay settings, the only thing I changed in here is reduce hold to interact. And what this does is when you're trying to load your cannon or unload or load a storage crate with supplies, it makes it so you only have to tap it once instead of actually holding it. The only thing I'd say about this setting is be careful around your anchor because it's easy to drop your anchor with this setting on. But the main reason I use it is it makes it very easy to have good movement when you're like loading cannonballs in and stuff like that. Then input, I'm not going to talk about controller settings because I don't play on controller. But for my mouse sensitivity, I play on a mouse DPI of 1600. My mouse sensitivity is on 1.5. And then for the rest of this stuff, I just have it on 10.0. And then lastly, my keyboard and mouse settings. There's only like 5 keybinds I've changed this entire time of playing this game. And that would be my bucket keybind right here. I have my bucket keybind as C. And then my throwables is G and V. And I have these as my keybinds because they're very easy to reach without losing too much movement. And then the only other thing I changed for my keybinds is my food and push to talk. Both of these I have as mouse buttons. And that's pretty much it. I hope this guide was helpful for anybody who wanted to know my settings, and I'll see you guys in the next Hourglass video.